Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, I want you to listen closely to what I'm about to say, because today we're talking about something powerful, something real, something unstoppable. People in the West are waking up. They're searching, they're questioning, they're looking for something deeper than the distractions of this world. You see, for too long, they've been told that success is in the money, in the fame, in the status. But when they get there, when they reach the top, something is still missing. That emptiness, that void, Islam is filling it. Because Islam is not just a religion, it's a way of life. It's a manual for the heart, the mind, and the soul. It's built on truth, on simplicity, on clarity. It tells you where you came from, why you're here, and where you're going. No confusion, no contradictions, just straight guidance. And that's why people are embracing it. And let's talk about the brotherhood, the unity. In a world that is becoming more divided, more disconnected, Islam brings people together. No matter your background, your past, your struggles. When you enter Islam, you are welcomed as a brother, as a sister. You are no longer alone. You stand shoulder to shoulder in prayer with people from every race, every walk of life, all equal before their Creator. Tell me, where else do you find that? And then we have the reverts, the ones who discover Islam for themselves. Athletes, scholars, actors, everyday men and women. They look past the stereotypes, the labels, the misinformation, and what do they find? Peace, purpose, discipline. They find a faith that answers their questions, that fills the void in their hearts. And when they speak, when they share their journey, others listen, others start to seek. And that's how the message spreads. Now, some may ask, why is Islam growing in a world where the media often portrays it negatively? Well, let me tell you something. Truth can't be buried. Truth can't be silenced. Truth will always rise. Every time someone tries to paint Islam in a negative light, people get curious. They start reading, they start asking questions, and before they know it, the very thing meant to push them away actually pulls them in. Because when you come to Islam with an open heart, you can't deny its power. So, my brothers and sisters, the question is not why Islam is spreading in the West. The question is, who's next? Because the wave is here, the change is happening, and truth will always find its way. Thank you. The modern world is more connected than ever, yet people feel more lost than they have in generations. Technology has brought convenience, entertainment, and endless information to our fingertips, but it has not filled the void in the human soul. In the West, where material success is often seen as the ultimate goal, people are beginning to realize that wealth, status, and pleasure do not bring the deep fulfillment they expected. They chase careers, relationships, and possessions, only to find that these things provide temporary satisfaction, but no lasting peace. The search for something greater, something that gives meaning to life, is what drives people toward Islam. Islam does not just provide answers to life's big questions. It offers a structured way of living that aligns with the natural disposition of human beings. It teaches that life is not a random accident, but part of a divine plan. Every human being has a purpose, and that purpose is to worship, to grow, and to strive for goodness. People in the West are realizing that no matter how much they achieve in a worldly sense, there is always an emptiness when life lacks direction. They begin to ask, why am I here? What is the point of all this? What happens after I die? Islam does not leave these questions unanswered. It provides clear, rational, and deeply satisfying responses that resonate with the soul. One of the main reasons why people are drawn to Islam is its simplicity and clarity in defining purpose. It does not demand blind faith or complex philosophical theories to explain why we exist. It tells people that they were created by a creator who knows them better than they know themselves. It explains that their purpose is to worship that creator, not just through rituals, but through every action, thought, and intention. Worship in Islam is not restricted to prayers and fasting. It is reflected in kindness, honesty, and fulfilling responsibilities. This understanding brings a sense of peace and fulfillment that many have never experienced before. In contrast, Western societies often promote the idea that people must create their own purpose. While this may seem liberating, it leaves many feeling lost and confused. When purpose is self-denied, it can change with emotions, circumstances, or societal trends. One day, a person may feel their purpose is to achieve success in their career. Another day, they may believe it is to find love. But what happens when the career ends or the relationship fails? When purpose is tied to temporary things, it leads to instability and disappointment. Islam, on the other hand, offers a purpose that is unshakable. No matter what happens in life, a Muslim knows their ultimate goal is to seek the pleasure of their Creator, and this goal remains constant through all trials and tribulations. Another reason why many in the West are drawn to Islam is the concept of accountability and justice. In a world where injustice often goes unpunished and good deeds seem to go unnoticed, people seek reassurance that there is meaning behind everything. Islam teaches that every action, no matter how small, has significance. Nothing is wasted. If someone suffers in this world, they will be rewarded in the next. If someone commits injustice, they will be held accountable. This gives people hope and motivation to live a righteous life. Without this belief, life can feel meaningless, especially in times of suffering. The search for purpose also leads many to question the nature of happiness. Western societies emphasize individualism, self-indulgence, and personal freedom as the keys to happiness. People are told that as long as they follow their desires, they will be fulfilled. Yet, the reality is quite the opposite. Depression, anxiety, and loneliness are at all-time highs despite unprecedented levels of comfort and entertainment. People are realizing that constantly chasing pleasure does not lead to happiness, it leads to exhaustion. Islam shifts the focus from short-term pleasure to long-term fulfillment. It teaches discipline, self-verdict, and gratitude. It encourages people to find joy in service, in family, in spiritual connection, rather than in fleeting moments of indulgence. This shift in perspective has drawn many to Islam, as they find that living with purpose brings more peace than chasing endless desires. A significant number of people who accept Islam were once deeply involved in material pursuits, only to realize that they were not truly happy. Many successful professionals, celebrities, and intellectuals have embraced Islam after reaching the pinnacle of their fields and still feeling empty inside. They found that Islam provided what money and fame could not, an unshakable sense of purpose. This is why so many who convert describe it as finally coming home. They were searching for something they could not define, and Islam gave them the answer. Even those who grew up without religion or with a negative perception of faith have been drawn to Islam because of its deep sense of purpose. In a world where everything seems temporary, Islam provides something eternal. In a society where people are encouraged to live only for themselves, Islam teaches the beauty of living for a higher purpose. In a time when truth is often distorted or hidden, Islam provides clarity. And that clarity is what continues to pull people in, helping them find the purpose they have been searching for all along. In a world that often feels overwhelming, complicated, and uncertain, people naturally seek something that provides clarity and stability. The modern era is filled with distractions, conflicting ideologies, and an overload of information that makes it difficult for many to find real peace. People in the West are constantly being told what to believe, how to live, and where to find happiness. Yet, despite all the advice, studies show that anxiety, depression, and dissatisfaction are more prevalent than ever. The truth is that human beings crave something simple, something direct, and something that speaks to the core of their existence. This is where Islam provides a compelling alternative. And this is why so many in the West are turning toward it. Islam's foundation is built on simplicity, and that simplicity is powerful. It does not complicate the concept of God or overload people with philosophical debates that leave them confused. It presents a clear, straightforward message. There is one God, the creator of all that exists, and he alone is worthy of worship. There are no intermediaries, no contradictions, no hidden mysteries. Just pure monotheism. This resonates with people who are tired of theological confusion and doctrines that seem disconnected from common sense. They appreciate that Islam does not require them to navigate through layers of interpretations just to understand their relationship with their Creator. Instead, it provides a clear and logical framework for understanding life, purpose, and the hereafter. In addition to its clarity about God, Islam simplifies the way people approach life. It does not demand blind faith or unquestioning obedience without reason. Every aspect of its teachings is rooted in wisdom, practicality, and benefit for humanity. The rules of Islam are not arbitrary. They are designed to create balance, discipline, and inner peace. From daily prayers to fasting, from modesty to charity, Everything has a purpose and a direct impact on one's character and well-being. Many who embrace Islam do so because they recognize that its teachings make sense in a world that often does not. The simplicity of Islam removes confusion and provides a structure that brings peace of mind. The power of truth in Islam is another key reason why it is attracting people in the West. The truth, once recognized, has a way of cutting through noise and reaching the heart. People who take the time to study Islam often find that its message aligns with their natural inclination. It speaks to the soul in a way that feels both familiar and profound. The Quran challenges individuals to reflect, to think deeply, and to question their assumptions. Unlike other ideologies or belief systems that discourage scrutiny, Islam welcomes it. It invites people to examine its teachings, to seek knowledge, and to verify its claims. This openness is refreshing for those who have been told to accept things without questioning. Another reason why Islam's simplicity and truth resonate with so many is that it provides clear guidance on morality and human behavior. In a world where moral values are constantly shifting and being redefined, many feel lost. They are unsure of what is right and wrong because society's standards change based on trends, political ideologies, or cultural shifts. Islam, however, offers an unchanging moral framework. It does not adjust itself to fit the desires of the time. Rather, it provides timeless principles that ensure justice, fairness, and dignity for all. Many who turn to Islam do so because they are seeking stability in an ever-changing world. They want something that is not influenced by human desires, but by divine wisdom. Islam's approach to daily life also reflects its simplicity and truth. The rituals of worship are designed to be accessible to everyone, regardless of their background or level of education. Prayer, for example, does not require elaborate ceremonies, intermediaries, or complex rituals. It is a direct conversation between a person and their creator, performed in a way that is both structured and deeply personal. This direct connection removes barriers and allows individuals to develop a strong spiritual relationship without confusion. The same applies to fasting, charity, and pilgrimage, all core aspects of Islam that are clear, meaningful, and beneficial to both the individual and society. Many who embrace Islam speak about the peace they find in its simplicity. In a world filled with distractions, Islam provides focus. In a time of widespread confusion, it offers clarity. In a society where truth is often hidden or distorted, it stands firm. This is why people who were once skeptical, who once thought they had all the answers, find themselves drawn to Islam. The more they strip away the noise and distractions, the more they recognize that the truth has been in front of them all along. Islam does not seek to overwhelm, it seeks to enlighten. And that enlightenment is what continues to attract people in the West, offering them the simplicity and truth they have been searching for.